Alrighty, welcome back everyone. So I have not prepared at all for this vid, but we just got the trailer for the part 2 of the Global Dokkan campaign. The development team actually gave us something. They showed us who the new characters are going to be for part 2. We have no kit reveals, we have no specific information, but we do know who the new characters will become. So we're gonna go ahead, look at the trailer. We'll talk about the implications of the reveals. It is so crazy right now. You can hear it in my voice. I am talking so fast because I just saw the trailer already, just a bit of it. It is insane how peak it is. So much of Dokkan Twitter is going crazy with hype. The content creators are going crazy. People in general are going crazy. This is insane. The Global Dokkan campaign is supposed to be an anniversary scale celebration, and I feel like we don't even know the kits, but I feel like they delivered. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say it right now. We haven't even gotten to part 2. I'm gonna glaze right now. Like, they've done it. But let's go ahead. I hope you guys will enjoy the video. If you do, show your support down below. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Comment down below your thoughts. What do you think about what we've seen from the trailers and everything, if you guys have seen it? Let's just go ahead and see this. So far, let me refresh the page to make sure there's nothing else that's happened, because some things may have been posted. So far, this is what we got earlier today, which is like the reveal, like, hey, we're going to be seeing who the characters are going to be later today. We just got that. And then we got this post right here, which is pinned, basically the YouTube reveal. I do have that pulled up right here. So basically for 44 minutes, I don't think I'm allowed to play the music because the music is going to probably get me copywritten or something. I don't know for sure. But when we just look at this, let me just pull this up in full screen right here. So we did see this right here, the Shadow Dragon, Dragon Ball. We already knew the GT was going to be the focus of part 2. But we didn't know exactly what's going to be happening. Yeah, they got the GT intro. I can't play that, so yeah, it's not going to be happening. We got Omega Shenron. And then, of course, they showed the fusion of Goku and Vegeta. This was crazy because we didn't expect that. Look at how clean this is. This is a new animation. This is not some old animation. This is new. Look at the aura. This is, oh my goodness, that is fire. That is so peak. That is insanely heat. Look at the dragon face. Oh my goodness. I don't know if this is an active or the super tag. Look at the characters. This was the face of Omega Shenron that I did in one of my recent vids. This was like shown to us like through a leak and everything. I need more. I wasn't even ready for it to finish. I need more. We got that. We got the looks of Gogeta, the images of the characters after Dokkan Awakening. So this means they are standalone characters. Standalone Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, standalone Omega Shenron, not Sin Shenron, not Ice and Nova Shenron like I was predicting, not Goku and Vegeta like I was expecting for Gogeta here. These are standalone characters. Vegito Blue is going through it, guys. Comment down below, how do you feel about Vegito Blue getting cucked? Because Vegito Blue, everyone was so pissed that we got Vegito Blue in the active, but he wasn't a standalone character. Dokkan said, you know what, we don't like Vegito, we love Gogeta. Gogeta right here, look, he is a standalone character. We don't even have to see Goku or Vegeta, we just get Gogeta. That's insane what they chose to do. And to be fair, it makes sense that they did this, because I had someone tell me this, you know, while I personally felt that they would be nice if they did more tag characters, if you're gonna have a standalone Omega Shenron, you can't have the other side be a tag character. It also should be a standalone. So naturally the opposite of Omega is Gogeta, positive, negative. Yeah, I mean, this is insanely fire. Let me go ahead and just show you guys what Dokkan Twitter is doing. Halvard, shout out to Halvard, a big Broly fan of course, but he knows Vegito is going through it. Vegito Blue is getting so cucked right now. It is hilarious. Let me just see. Okay, hold on. Let me like, retweet. This is, I can't read some of the stuff. I can't read some of the stuff right here, but this is insane what's happening. Even Zamasu, yeah, don't forget Zamasu. Merge Zamasu is not happening right now because obviously it's an active 2. The future saga is going through it when it comes to the fusions. The characters are still good. All the buffs have been great. But the fusions, people who wanted the Vegito Blue fusion stuff, they are going through it. Vegito Blue fans are going through it. Vegito fans are going through it. I don't care. I'm here for it. I'm just saying, you guys have seen the previous vids. You already know I've been like running on the side of Gogeta for a while now. I've always been like Gogeta more than Vegito. I think Vegito is cool, especially Super Vegito, but I just like Gogeta more. He just does more cooler moves. He's got a cooler skill set in general. I just love that. Look at this. Alpo, shout out to Alpo, of course. He already has a thumbnail with just the image. I may do that. I don't know if I'm going to. I probably will come up with something different so I don't like get like trashed on for like maybe copying and like stuff. But you got that. Truth is already nutting, which is crazy. You got Toon Rami's already giggling like he's the Joker. We love to see it. Rhodey, shout out to him obviously with massive W indeed. I mean, this is great. This is absolutely freaking insane. Mike, shout out to Mike, of course. So happy right there. Iggy, shout out to Iggy. Everyone's going. Issa, of course, hype about Omega, not Omega, but standalone Gogeta. There was a bit of a concern she had on Omega Shenron, maybe not getting some good opportunities for him to be successful. I'll talk about that in just a sec, but I just want to embrace what we're seeing right now. This is a unanimously kind of like, we're all connected with greatness right now. Celtic right here, freaking Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is real. There is a new version of this post, so I guess it was deleted or whatever, but insane what is happening right now. In friggin' insane. Let me just refresh this and see what's happening. Yeah, the card is standalone. We already saw that from the info. Nano, shout out to Nano Jax, man. He says it. Part 2 clears. Retweet, like, fucking quote. I'm gonna type right now as we're talking about this. What am I gonna type here? Okay, I know what I'm gonna type here. You guys can tell I have not planned this. I'm so sorry, guys. If you guys are expecting a proper planned vid like I sometimes do with other stuff, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen right here. I mean, you can't. What's the quote? I'm trying to think. You can't spell. Yeah, there we go. Let me just finish typing this real quick. There we go. Listen, Gogeta fans, we're eating good. Omega fans, actually, Omega Shenron. People like Omega Shenron is one of the big baddies of GT. He is such a badass. Even though people don't like GT, let me just say right now, like, I think we can all agree Omega is so cool. He's got so many cool moves. Dragon Thunder, obviously, you know, the minus negative energy ball that Gogeta turns with his positive energy. Like, he's the main protagonist, because to be fair, he was at the time. Like, both characters are so cool. So like, you got this, you got Future, Excited, Alpal. The Dragon Fist, this looks kind of wonky on a standalone image. I will say that. Like, I was trying to like take like a pause of this for a screenshot. It does look kind of wonky, but in the full animation, that looked peak. Like, let me just run that back real quick. I know we're gonna talk about the characters and like the potential in just a sec. Let me just look at this one more time. I guess that was the intro. Look at the glow from his hand, the aura, the Dragon Fist. It wasn't even complete, man. I need more. I need more from these beasts. And I will say, actually, Omega Shenron, I wish his art had a bit more to it. The aura looks sick, but I just wish there was a bit of a background to it for an LR. I mean, like Gogeta, he's got the Dragon Fist, so that's cool. That's fine. But man, you know, like, it's crazy. Diamond News. Listen. Daima fans, let me know in the comments down below, however many of you guys were hoping for Daima. Are you happy with what we've gotten now from Global Dokkan campaign between Future Saga and GT? Seeing what we've gotten from the animations and everything, obviously we don't know the kits. Are you happy with what we've gotten, or do you feel like, you know what, like Daima got screwed? Let me know in the comments down below. I know so many people were so pissed with Future Saga when we went into the Global Dokkan campaign. Right now, apart from this, I have not seen anything but hype. Annie right here, Gogeta headliners, love to see it. Love to see it. All the hype, all the excitement, all the joy, all the fun that we needed to see. The 7th anniversary again, not entirely true because we didn't have Omega during the 7th anniversary, but it's fine. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, this is fantastic. Okay, let me go ahead now. Let's calm it down a bit. Let's reel it back. Let's talk about the practical kind of aspects that come with these characters. So first of all, let's understand the implications of the standalones, right? So let's start off with the big boy right here, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. It should be understood right now, we don't know exactly the specifics, but most likely, from what we know from the leak and everything, Omega Shenron is going to be most likely the Dokkan Fest, and then Gogeta will be the Carnival LR. So a bit of a flip-flop from part one. And you know, if we go back to part 1, Rose was the Carnival, and then Goku and Vegeta were the Dokkan Fest. So going to be a flip-flop there. We don't know who the side banner is going to be. Maybe, you know, like, it's going to be weird. I think maybe Majub could be like the side banner. That'd be kind of interesting right there if Majub was like the side banner for like, or actually no, it wouldn't be Majub. I guess it'd be like Ice Shenron or Nova Shenron because it's like Dokkan Fest Omega. Whatever. You have that. We are going to get some free-to-play characters probably. I hope we get some free-to-play characters, and I'll say right now, I hope they are the Shadow Dragons. I was going to make a separate vid on it. I didn't get around to it. There was a lot of debate today about the Shadow Dragons versus the Gogeta clones. And while Gogeta is cool, and I love Gogeta, it's just more practical to do the Shadow Dragons. Like the Shadow Dragon Saga, that's the name of the arc and everything. It just makes it makes sense to have all the Shadow Dragons come together. Like, if I had to give an analogy to it, and I made this analogy when I was talking to Celtic on Twitter, it feels like with the Shadow Dragons and the Gogeta clones, like for the free-to-play characters, it feels like if you do the Shadow Dragons, that's like a wide open layup for all my basketball fans out there, or people who love basketball like me. It's like Dokkan has a layup if they do the Shadow Dragons, but fans of Gogeta want Dokkan to just take the ball, run to the half court or like, you know, half court line and just chuck up a 3 and do a look away like Dokkan Steph Curry, like pretending like he's that and just can make the 3. That's such a harder thing to do. It's less practical, it's less realistic than doing an easy simple layup like the Shadow Dragons. It just makes more sense to do the Shadow Dragons to me than the Gogeta clones. But that's a bit of a tangent. We still need to enjoy the hype, man. We got super easy A potential for GT. It's gonna be insane. So Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, right? The Carnival, most likely the Carnival LR. This is not the right Gogeta, obviously. But when we look at the categories, so Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta being a standalone, he's going to be on Giant Ape Power. Fusion, Shadow Dragon, of course, Shadow Dragon Saga, Kamehameha, Final Trump Card, GT Heroes, Time Limit, Accelerated Battle, Battle of Fate, Earth Protecting Heroes, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, and Fused Fighters. Incredibly powerful categories, and there may be some other categories that we don't see here. Maybe, it's not shown here. Maybe this new Gogeta could be on full power, assuming, the Dragon Fist is a connotation of that. Full power could be addition. There is some opportunity for some more categories, perhaps, but from what we know right now, at least these 12 categories, a lot of them are very powerful. Kamehameha has a lot of great characters: Accelerated Battle, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Earth Protecting Heroes, of course, under the Tech Super Vegito lead there. Fused Fighters, Battle of Fate, Giant Ape Power. Let me talk about Giant Ape Power in particular. I think sometimes people forget about this category at times, but Giant Ape Power this year has seen so much power boosting. Like, it's actually insanely good right now. You're talking about the 10th anniversary 4 crew right here. You're talking about the Easy A's for the 7th years, right? The Super Saiyan 4s, Great Ape Vegeta right here. Then you're talking about like GT Goku right here, GT Vegeta. That's just the 5 right there. They were missing a 6th. Now you're getting a standalone Gogeta. Now you're probably going to be getting maybe some other Easy A's or Super Easy A's, like the 2nd anniversary, like the characters right there, the TORs with Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. Maybe a Super Easy A for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta here. Maybe an Easy A for the Int Gogeta right here, of course. There is so much potential for this category to just become complete, and not just complete in terms of like Giant Ape Power, but complete in terms of Dragon Ball GT. Like, you can drop Great Ape Vegeta, you could drop even these two right here and just get crazy LRs and crazy characters. So there is so much opportunity in terms of that category. In terms of Gogeta in general, we don't know what the lead is going to look like. If it's a carnival lead, with the way these carnival LRs look nowadays, with like the whole 10th anniversary plus kind of buff and everything, basically a carnival lead is going to be a 220% lead to a single category, maybe like 2 at best, but 1. For Gogeta, if I have to pick, I mean, we already have the Giant Ape Power lead with like Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so that's kind of irrelevant. I guess the one that I would prefer, this is tough actually, because you know what, we got Fused Fighters, we got a great Fused Fighter set of leaders with the new Goku, with Gogeta and Vegito here, so we're fine there. A Power Beyond Super Saiyan has the Tech Gods. I think, honestly, I would prefer if it was like GT Heroes, which is kind of crazy to say, but GT Heroes having a proper lead for this specific category, and then you have the Super Saiyan Force, 4Ku, you have all these different characters, that could probably be the lead. I expect that's going to be the lead for Gogeta. And that would be a pretty powerful lead for sure. We don't know the kit again, but it's going to be insane. We do know that there is a lot of room for typing when it comes to that character, because I still can't believe they did this. They made Rose and Goku both STR typing, so they could make Gogeta and Omega the same typing as well for part 2, or they could be like physical and int or tech, or there's so much room. There's so much room for just anything. So it's hard to say what more we can expect specifically, but we do know it's going to be some heat. Let's go ahead and talk about Omega Shenron. Of course, he's the Dokkan Fest. He's the one who's going to be probably the better of the two when it comes to the lead and maybe the kit in general, though me personally, I'm hoping for Gogeta to be better. I hope Omega is going to be top 5. I hope Omega's top 5. Goku and Vegeta, in my opinion, are top 5 right now. Rose Masu is top 5. I hope Omega is in that top 5. I'm perfectly happy if Gogeta and Super Vegito kind of falter in the rankings nowadays. It's perfectly fine. But I hope Omega's good, and of course I hope Gogeta becomes number 1. That'll be great. But yeah, let's talk about Omega. So we'll look at the 2023 Tanabata Part 2 Carnival LR Omega, because he's like the same thing. So standalone Omega Shenron, he is not going to be on as many categories: GT Bosses, Shadow Dragon, but full power, Power Absorption, Transformation Boost, Inhuman Deeds, Battle of Fate, and Powerful Comeback. So maybe the new Omega, similar to Gogeta, maybe there will be some new categories. But for right now, GT Bosses is going to be one of those categories that hopefully we'll see a lot of buffs. Full power is going to be great for him. Battle of Fate is going to be great for him. Powerful Comeback can have a lot of options. Power Absorption and Transformation Boost can have some goodies there in Human Deeds. But really, I'm eyeing GT Bosses. I believe firmly that Omega Shenron has to lead this category in particular, along with, give him GT Bosses. Give him Shadow Dragon Saga if you want. Actually, don't even give him Shadow Dragon because you got GT Bosses. Ignore that. Give him full power and give him Transformation Boost or Inhuman Deeds. One of these two. I feel like Inhuman Deeds is more appropriate, but just because like Omega's like the embodiment of evil. But we need something like that. Again, like look at Shenron. Omega Shenron's got big bad bosses, Fear and Faith, Brutal Beatdown, so many powerful categories, GT even. So actually, with the GT category, he could link up with Super Saiyan 4 Goku and stuff. a lot of potential can be found in terms of this whole kind of setup here. So really cool stuff with Omega Shenron, potentially really cool stuff with Gogeta, man. Like, again, like, I'm at a loss for words. I have no thoughts about what I want to say, what I feel like I'm saying. Let me go ahead and let me focus on this. Let me not forget about this, because this is important too. Obviously, if we're going to be getting the Shadow Dragons, which is what I hope, that is going to be a great buff to this category in particular. But even beyond that, when we talk about GT specifically, you know, Dragon Ball GT, or I guess like GT bosses, there needs to be a good amount of glow up in terms of EZAs and Super EZAs, right? We're still awaiting the EZA for LR Super 17. He is desperately due for a glow up right now. We may want the EZA for this free-to-play Battlefield Shadow Dragons right here. They came out in 2022. It's been 3 years basically, so they could get a glow up for an EZA at least, right? So that could be appropriate in my opinion. I think that would actually work perfectly in terms of a timing aspect. Besides them, you know, maybe like a Super EZA for where can I find them? STR Omega Shenron right here, you know, so maybe a Super EZA right there, maybe a Super EZA for the physical Omega right here, you know, maybe Super 17. We'll see exactly what they're going to do. However, I think it is safe to say that there needs to be a few buffs in the GT boss direction and a few buffs in the GT heroes direction. Like, both sides need to get love. And, you know, I will say, like, going back on the Future Saga category, in one of my recent vids I talked about it, I'm happy with the overall amount of buffs that this category has gotten. Some superhero buffs, some super bosses buffs and stuff. But I feel like we could have gotten more, and I'm hoping Part 2 will be the indicator that we are getting more. Because Gogeta, Omega, crazy headliners, you need to continue the flow. You need to give us more free-to-play characters, in my opinion. Give us some crazy Super EZAs, crazy EZAs. Give us great stuff, and preferably some slot ones too, because the slot one issue with Future Saga is still tough if you don't have the new units, that is. But, you know, there's just so much insane peak that's going to be happening. Let me just refresh this one more time just to see what's happening. There's me, I guess. The self-plug there from Twitter is crazy. Platy, the best Dokkan celebration by far, not even remotely close. That is kind of crazy to think about. Maybe I'll make a vid talking about that. Let me know if you guys want to, like, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But that means that Platy is basically saying this is better than 10th anniversary, 9th anniversary, 7th anniversary, what else? I guess like 2022 Worldwide Celebration. I feel like a lot of people love that one specifically. 2024, last year's Worldwide Celebration, a lot of people liked it. It wasn't perfect, but a lot of people loved like the quality of the characters. Like, there's a lot of good celebrations in history, so very interesting kind of take right there. I kind of agree, but man, this is gonna be fire. I need these arts on wallpapers, on my, I need these all, like, I need these in my room, like, just like plastered on the wall. It's so freaking peak. This is so fire. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think? You know what, we talked about all the different stuff. I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the vid right here, because this is just so insane. Let me go ahead and just play this one more time as we go ahead and just wrap this up. Again, if you guys enjoyed the vid, I'm sorry that this was so like out of control, not really planned or anything. I was just too hyped to really like plan for this. Let me know, like, if you guys enjoyed the vid, show your support, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, comment down below your thoughts. Let me know, what do you guys think about the Gogeta, about Gomega? Let me know what you think about the potential like buffs we could see for GT and everything. What do you think about GT for part 2? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. Go ahead and just make that comment section as long as possibly can be. Write essays if you want, but let me know what you guys think, because I feel like a lot of us are so hyped, and for good reason. Look at those two kings right there. So beautiful. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, stay blessed. I hope you guys enjoyed the vid, and I will see you all in the next one.